host, Ryan Lovelace, and I'd love to say joined by Andy Jenkins, but we finally put his name in the intro, and this is his second week missing. But in all seriousness, he's got some responsibilities over at Lake Forest tonight. And we got a great night of football going. If you're sticking around from the Cleveland game, that game had a 7 o'clock kickoff. So we still have a lot of games in progress right now. But running through the games, we do have final scores for. Cleveland lost to Farragut 42-13. Bradley beat Hardee Valley 24-17. And those are our only local games we have scores for. So we're going to move up to the Knoxville area. Blount County and Maryville beats Bearden 28-7. Bradley has Bearden next week, and Alcoa beat Pigeon Forge 46-20. You can join the conversation at 423-614-6499. But right now we're going to run through some scores of games we have going on right now. Smith County up by 5 on Walker Valley. That's been a back-and-forth game all night. Smith County just scored a touchdown to put them up by 5. That game is 24-19. Ray County, they're up big on Ooltewah. McMinn County up big on Howard. McMinn Central up on Brainerd by 20, and it looks like we have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Hello? Anybody there? All right, it doesn't look like anybody's there. If that was you and you just called, shoot us a call back, 423-614-6499. McMinn Central, they're up by 20 over Brainerd. Silverdale and Boyd Buchanan are in a back-and-forth game, 21-20. It was 20-14 at halftime. And then coming into the third quarter, Silverdale had the ball. And it looks like we have a caller again. Let's see if we got you this time. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Hello? All right, well, we're having some problems with our phone right now. But yeah, a lot of 7 o'clock games, a lot of 7:30 games, and we're following a 7 o'clock game. So we're going to be here for a little while as final scores roll in. And as I mentioned, it's a big night of football, and maybe third time's a charm. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Hello, can you tell me how Cleveland did tonight?
I can tell you how Cleveland did, sir. Cleveland lost. They went up to Farragut. They lost 42-13.
42-13. What about the Bears? Bradley Bears, how'd they do?
The Bears, they went up to Hardee Valley, both of them up in Knoxville, and Bradley came away with a win. They beat Hardee Valley by a touchdown, 24-17.
24-17. What about Tyner?
Tyner, they're up big on Polk County. They're up by a lot of touchdowns right now.
And the game ain't over. Yeah. Well, I was at the Maryville game, and they were whooping Bearden Bulldogs 28-7 with 3 minutes left in the game when I left.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Maryville's rolling. They lost Alcoa last week, and they beat up on Bearden this week.
Yeah, well, they'll pay for that for many a moon for getting beat by Alcoa. That coach will have them.
Oh, for sure. But, hey, it doesn't hurt them at all. They're still undefeated in the region.
Yeah. Okay, well, have a good one. I'll try to call back for them to show them, see how bad China beat up on Polk County.
All right, I guess I'll talk to you later tonight. All right, running through our scores once again. You heard it there. Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Bradley over Hardee Valley, 24-17. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. And Alcoa, who was just aforementioned as beating Maryville, 46-20. Games in progress, Walker Valley and Smith County. That is 24-19. Smith County up right now. And as a matter of fact, Tyner and Polk County just went final. That score was 40-0. Ray County's up by 3 touchdowns over Ooltewah. McMinn County's up by a lot of touchdowns over Howard. McMinn Central's up by 20 over Brainerd. Boyd and Silverdale. Boyd leads 21-20. We mentioned Tyner just went final 40-0 over Polk. Baylor's up by 5 touchdowns over Pope John Paul the second. Sweetwater's up 21-6 on Kingston, and Sweetwater's running the clock out right now as we speak. McCauley, they're up big over Knox Catholic. They're up 31-7 right now. Chat Christian's up by 6 touchdowns on Notre Dame. Meigs County is up by 40 on Tellico Plains. Lipscomb Academy, ranked first in the state. They're up by 14 over Franklin Road Academy. Oakland, they're ranked top 5 in the state, up by 4 touchdowns over Siegel. Anderson County, who beat up on Ray County in a thriller last week, up by 4 touchdowns over South Doyle. South Pittsburgh, they're up 20-7 over Whitwell. Hickson's over East Ridge, 17-0 right now. Signal Mountain and Loudon are tied 7 apiece. Red Bank, who beat up Cleveland week 1, they're up 20-7, and Soddy is up 13-0 over Sequoia. Sequoia looking for their first win since September of 2018. You can join the conversation right here at 423-614-6499. But as for us right now, as our final scores roll in, we are going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You are listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Caldwell Paving, paving the way in Tennessee since 1958. Caldwell Paving specializes in asphalt paving and seal coating. They serve residential clients, industrial and commercial companies, and subdivision projects. Conveniently located in Charleston, Caldwell Paving serves all of Southeast Tennessee. Caldwell Paving, old surfaces made new. CaldwellPaving.com.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Doug Beerthal, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
For more than 50 years, Cleveland Plywood Company has been serving our community. They're dedicating to providing quality products with professional service to all of Cleveland and our surrounding area. They offer easy pickup or delivery on everything in stock. Cleveland Plywood carries every element of the building process, including windows, doors, truss, flooring materials, shingles, and of course, building lumber. Stop by and visit them. Cleveland Plywood, 2700 20th Street, Northeast in Cleveland, or call 472-3357.
You get a yearly checkup, shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
To come in. We got a lot of good games going on in the area. The biggest right now that is still in play, Walker Valley trails Smith County 24-19. Walker Valley, they were looking to go on a drive to take the lead. Evan Swarchel just threw an interception with 4:26 remaining in that game, so it is not looking good for Walker Valley right now. Meanwhile, the other two teams in our area both were up in Knoxville tonight with 7 o'clock kickoffs, which is why we're on so early tonight. Farragut over Cleveland 42-13. Bradley over Hardee Valley 24-17 in a game that was closer than a lot of people expected. Meanwhile, games in progress. Ray County's up big on Ottawa. McMinn County and Howard went final just recently, 36-0 McMinn over Howard. Still in progress, McMinn Central over Brainerd. They're up by 20. Boyd Buchanan over Silverdale 21-20. We'll circle back to that game in a second. Tyner over Polk County. That game is final 40-0. Baylor over Pope John Paul II. That is 35-0 currently. Sweetwater's up over Kingston 21-6. McCauley over Knox Catholic 31-7. Chat Christian is currently up on Notre Dame 49-7. Meigs County and Tellico Plains, that game's gone final. Meigs County wins by 40. Well, not exactly 40. 39-0's your final. Maryville over Bearden, that game's final 28-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge, that game is final 46-20. And we have a slew of other games going on in the area. But you can join the conversation right now and talk about any game you want to. It is 423-614-6499. But I mentioned I would circle back to the Boyd Buchanan Silverdale game. That's a really big game going down in Chattanooga, D2 2A, a big rivalry game. And there was a big momentum shift. Silverdale took the lead at halftime, 20-7. Boyd came out of the break, scored a touchdown, and then Silverdale had the ball at the 1-yard line. They had a fourth and goal from the Boyd Buchanan 1, and they were stuffed. And then immediately after, Boyd Buchanan rattled off a 99-yard touchdown. So that game went from looking like 27-14 to looking like 21-20 with Boyd Buchanan up right now. And I mentioned we have a lot of good games going on. A few other ones. Anderson County, they beat Ray County last week. Anderson County is one of the top teams in the state. They're up by 4 touchdowns over South Doyle. South Pittsburgh, coming back from Huntsville today, driving through that town. They're up on Whitwell. A little rivalry game there, 26-7. Hickson over East Ridge. East Ridge looking for their first win of the season. Hickson's up 17-0. Another team looking for their first win of the year. Their first win since 2018. Brandon Lingerfelt, my co-host last week. Sequoia alumni. They have not won since 2018. They have not won. When? They haven't won a game. There it is. Since 2018. They trail Saudi Daisy 19-0 right now. Red Bank, who beat Cleveland, they're facing off Chat Central in a really big region matchup for them. They're up 20-7. Signal Mountain and Loudon, another region matchup. They are tied at 7-7 right now. And live scoreboard update here, courtesy of Austin Chadwick. Smith County has scored a touchdown late in this game, and it's not looking pretty for Walker Valley after that. So Walker Valley trails by 2 scores late in that one. Meanwhile, another score update, this one courtesy of Twitter. McCauley scores a touchdown. They are up 38-7 right now, running away with it against Knox Catholic. That Walker Valley score is 30-19. So a 2-score game, you need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion and then a field goal if you're Walker Valley. It's not looking good for Walker Valley. It looks like they're about to drop their second straight game at home. And you can join the conversation if you want to talk about Walker Valley or if you want to talk about Cleveland or McCauley. 423-614-6499. A lot of good games going on in the area. We mentioned we only have a few that have gone final. So running through those scores again, both Cleveland and Bradley were up in Knoxville for region matchups. Bradley wins by 7 points, 24-17. Farragut beats up on Cleveland though, 42-13. Cleveland will face Walker Valley at Walker Valley next week, so that's a fun little matchup. And if everything holds right now, both those teams will be coming in off of a loss. So a rivalry game that means more than just the rivalry game. I mean, you don't want to lose 3 in a row if you're Walker Valley, and if you're Cleveland, it's a big game next week. You can listen to it. We're going to have triple coverage. Mix 104.1, you can listen to Terry and Greg, Cleveland broadcast. 99.1, you can listen to the Walker Valley broadcast, or you can watch it on mixtv.tv. We're going to run through the scores right fast. You can join the conversation, 423-614-6499. Your final scores: Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Bradley over Hardin Valley, 24-17. McMinn County over Howard Big, 36-0. Tyner Academy over Polk County, 40-0. Meigs County over Tellico Plains, 39-0. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. And Alcoa over Pigeon Forge, 46-20. Meanwhile, your games that are still in play: Smith County, they're up on Walker Valley, 30-19. Ray County's up on Ottawa, 21-0 last we heard. McMinn Central's up on Brainerd, 26-6. Boyd Buchanan is up on Silverdale, 21-20. Baylor's up on Pope John Paul II, 35-0. Sweetwater's up on Kingston, 28-6. Sweetwater just scored a touchdown. Malik Arnett, 29-yard run. They lead by 22 with 3 minutes left to play in that one. McCauley's up on Knox Catholic, 38-7 late. Chat Christian's up on Notre Dame, 49-7. Lipscomb Academy, one of the top teams in the state, regardless of division, they're up 14-0. Oakland, another top team in the state, they're up 28-0 over Siegel. Anderson County, who beat Ray County last week, they're up 28-0 as well. South Pittsburgh, 1A powerhouse, they're up 26-7 over their rivals Whitwell. Hickson is up on East Ridge 17-0. Signal Mountain and Loudon are tied last I saw at 7. Red Bank's up 20-7 on Chat Central, and Saudi's up on Sequoia 19-0. But obviously your big 3 games in the area, Farragut beats Cleveland 42-13. Bradley beats Hardin Valley to remain undefeated 24-17, and Walker Valley trails 30-19 right now. As for us, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to keep reporting these scores as they go final. I'm Ryan Lovelace. You're listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll be right back.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Hands. You might think they're just for waving, but they can be used for all kinds of things, like making made-from-scratch biscuits at Hardee's.
Bite into the new 2 for $5 breakfast deal only at Hardee's.
Mix 1041 and Honda of Cleveland are giving away a Honda Civic LX to an active law enforcement officer in our area. If you know someone that you think deserves to win, you can nominate them at mymix1041.com/Honda or on the Mix 1041 app.
At some point in your life, you may be faced with a legal challenge, whether it be a personal injury, business dispute, or family matter. Our goal is to overcome your legal obstacles and get your life back on track.
If you or a loved one have been injured or have legal issues confronting you and your family, talk with someone on our team. We will investigate your problem to determine the facts and the law. Working together, we can develop a plan to obtain the result you deserve.
The final for the Ray County game, Ray County on Ottawa 28-0. Believe it or not, Ray County's first win of the season. A rough start for the boys out in Evansville. Meanwhile, another final report. Loudon, big over Signal Mountain, a big region game. Loudon bouncing back from back-to-back losses after winning the region in back-to-back years. They beat Signal Mountain by a touchdown, 14-7. Meanwhile, other finals, Farragut over Cleveland 42-13, Bradley over Hardin Valley 24-17, McMinn County over Howard 36-0, Tyner Academy over Polk County 40-0, Meigs County over Tellico 39-0, Maryville over Bearden 28-7, Pigeon Forge falls to Alcoa 46-20, and a new final to report: Sweetwater over Kingston 28-6. Sweetwater lost their first game to Meigs County, and they have not lost since then. A lot of good games going on. If you want to talk about it, join the conversation at 423-614-6499. Hopefully soon we'll have some Bradley and Cleveland faithful getting back into the area in our listening range as they're all coming back from Knoxville. And, you know, I know I've said this last week and it didn't happen, but Matt Moody will be calling in this show. He gave me his word. He'll call in on the bus ride home. So, you know, I promise, guys. I know for my McMinn Central fans out there, I promised to call in last week, but this time he promised to call in. So I heard Austin laughing in the back there. Austin Chadwick, our Mixed TV producer, he's great on TweetDeck, getting us scores in, doing his thing. And talking about some of those scores, I mentioned our finals. Now we're going to talk about the games we have in play. Most of these games are 7:30 kickoffs. Smith County, they're up on Walker Valley, up in Charleston, 30-19. Late, McMinn Central's up on Brainerd, 26-6. Boyd Buchanan and Silverdale, they're still in a 1-point game, 21-20. A thriller going down at Silverdale Baptist Academy. Baylor's up on Pope John Paul, 35-0. McCauley's over Knox Catholic, 38-7. Chat Christian's up on Notre Dame 49-7. Lipscomb Academy's up by 2 touchdowns over Franklin Road Academy. Oakland's up by 4 touchdowns on Siegel. Anderson County's up by 4 touchdowns on South Doyle. South Pittsburgh's up 32-7 over Whitwell. Hickson's up 17-0 over East Ridge. Red Bank's up on Chat Central 20-7. Soddy Daisy's up 19-0 over Sequoia, and the Phillies are up on the Braves 2-1. One of those scores is not like the others. Call into 614-6499 and let me know which one sticks out to you. Not the Braves game, though. A lot of games. Great night of high school football. Join the conversation. I mentioned 423-614-6499. Farragut big over Cleveland. And I mentioned earlier, if the Smith County game holds, Walker Valley will fall to 2-3, along with Cleveland. Both teams at 2-3 going in to next week. Their matchup at Walker Valley. Meanwhile, a game that just went final: McCallie over Knox Catholic. That game is final 38-7. Big bounce back win for McCallie. That was a tough game for McCallie going up to Knox Catholic. They started out slow and then they put it on early. But as I was saying, Smith County up on Walker Valley by 2 scores late in that game. Walker Valley and Cleveland next week. That's going to be a good game. Very good game considering, one of these teams has a chance to go to 500, and that sort of changes your whole season around. And also, did I mention it's a rivalry game? Also, another game that just went final. Soddy Daisy up on Brandon Lingerfeld's alma mater, Sequoia, 19-0. Sequoia will have to wait another week for their first win in 4 years. But if anybody from Madisonville is listening, we're cheering for you. We had Brandon on last week. We were talking about throwing a party for the Sequoia East Ridge game. But, bringing it back to this week, Cleveland, it was a tough task going up there to Farragut. I mean, we saw last year they springboarded themselves with a win over East Ridge and then sort of upset Farragut at home. And I know the Cleveland faithful were hoping for that this year. They springboard went over East Ridge last week, but they went up to Farragut. And, Farragut just did their thing. Farragut 2-2 coming into this game with losses to Knox West and Maryville, which are 2 of the state's powerhouses. So even though these teams had the same record, I mean, Farragut on paper was just significantly better, and they played like it on the field, putting 42 points on the board. Meanwhile, their defense held Cleveland to 13. Meanwhile, opposite in Hardee Valley. Hardee Valley, they have not won many region games since moving to Region 2 6A, and weirdly enough, they always play Bradley close, or at least last year, and this year they did. Hardee Valley came down to Bradley and punched him in the mouth last year. That game ended up being close. See if I can find the final on that one. But more importantly, this year, Bradley and Hardee Valley tried to storm back. They played tough, 24-17. Hardee Valley, they've been beat up in Region 2 6A, but for some reason, undefeated Bradley almost fell to Hardee Valley tonight. And if you look last year, it was 28-0 at Bear Stadium, which, it was a lot. That's a pretty close game given what other teams do to Hardee Valley. Meanwhile, talking about Walker Valley, they just scored a touchdown, and that 2-point conversion they really needed. They really needed a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. It failed. So Walker Valley trails 25-30. They're going to need an onside kick and a touchdown to win this one, and it'd be a big come-from-behind victory from them. A little fun note, 25-30, it's not a football score you see a lot. So, in the Twitter world, we call that a scoregami, a score you've never seen before. But I'm digressing. Going through our scoreboard again, Farragut beats Cleveland 42-13. All these games are final. Bradley over Hardee Valley 24-17. Ray County over Ottawa 28-0. McMinn County over Howard 36-0. Tyner over Polk County 40-0. Sweetwater over Kingston 28-6. McCallie over Knox Catholic 38-7. Soddy Daisy over Sequoia 19-0. Loudon over Signal Mountain 14-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge 46-20. Maryville over Bearden 28-7. And Meigs County over Tellico Plains 39-0. All of those games are final. You can join the conversation 423-614-6499. If we don't have a caller by the time I finish running through the current scores of games in play, then we're going to take a break. But I mentioned Smith County, they're up by 5 on Walker Valley right now. Walker Valley is needing some magic up there. They need an onside kick. They have a good kicker, I believe. I believe in the Stangs. I'm throwing that out there right now. So when Walker Valley comes back and wins, I'll take full credit. Meanwhile, McMinn Central, they're up by 20 right now over Brainerd. Boyd Buchanan and Silverdale are still deadlocked 21-20. Baylor's up on Pope John Paul 35-0. Chat Christian's up on Notre Dame 49-7. Lipscomb Academy's up by 2 touchdowns over Franklin Road Academy. Oakland's up by 4 touchdowns over Siegel. Anderson County also up by 4 touchdowns over South Doyle. South Pittsburgh is up 32-7 over Whitwell. Hickson's up 17-0 over East Ridge. Red Bank's over 20-7 over Chat Central. All of those games are in progress. And right now, we're going to take a quick break, sort of recuperate, see if any of these games have gone final, and hopefully on the other side of the break, we'll have some callers calling in. So on the other side of the break, the number's 423-614-6499. You're listening to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We'll be right back.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Stop by today and take advantage of Bradley County's largest pre-owned inventory, or visit cleveland-nissan.com, home of the lifetime warranty.
Peyton Southeastern is hiring. You have the potential to earn over $21 an hour with new progressive pay rates, a $2 night shift premium, plus you're eligible to earn a $5,000 stay bonus. Peyton's in Cleveland has open interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. and then from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. Rick's Plumbing Service, a family-owned business specializing in new commercial and residential plumbing. They can do it all. Rick's Plumbing Service has been in Cleveland for 35 years. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing Service, 423-595-6143. That's 595-6143.
Serenity Funeral Homes. Convenient, caring, affordable. Cleveland's most affordable funeral home. Completely remodeled. Offering cremations as low as $5.95. Funerals, $15.95. SerenityofCleveland.com. When trust matters most.
See me right out of that sunset on your color TV screen.
Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Ryan Lovelace, joined by Austin Chadwick. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
You know, I felt bad for you, Ryan. I mean,
I don't know.
You're in here just carrying the torch by yourself. A good Lee reference.
There you go. I like it. I'm wearing
See, there you go.
There's a little flame coming off.
But no, I kind of felt bad for you. You look like you were struggling a little bit.
I wouldn't say that.
No, you're good.
I did jinx Walker Valley. I told him the comeback was on. The comeback was not on. Right as we went to break, the game went final. Walker Valley loses 30-25. So sorry about that.
They kind of got behind there for a little bit in the third quarter, and it felt like they lost their steam. But then the fourth quarter came around, and it seemed like Drew Akins really kind of pumped them up, and they gave it a good last shot, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, that Evan Schwartzel interception really hurt them as they were going down to take the lead. We got a few other games to report. Finals for Chat Christian over Notre Dame, 49-14. Meanwhile, the other finals, 38-7, Macaulay over Knox Catholic. Also, sorry, I forgot to mention, you can join the conversation, 423-614-6499. Sweetwater, that game over Kingston is final, 28-6. I'll double back to that in a second. Tyner over Polk County, 40-0. McMinn County over Howard, 36-0. Ray County over Ottawa, 28-0. 3 straight goose eggs there. Bradley over Hardin Valley by a touchdown, 24-17. Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Meigs County over Tellico Plains, 39-0. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge, 46-20. Loudon over Signal Mountain, 14-7. And Saudi over Sequoia, 19-0. Austin, anything stick out to you?
So here's what I want to know.
Oh,
okay,
no.
you were talking about Matt Moody a minute ago.
Oh, no, here we go.
Now, look, I understand that you are a fan of Matt Moody. Oh. And apparently you have you've told the world that you're a McMinn fan here in the past couple of weeks.
McMinn Central. That's McMinn Central, not McMinn.
You're a Central fan in the past couple of weeks.
There you go.
And you swore last week that, that Matt Moody was going to call into the show, and he didn't.
Okay. He would have called in if we kept the show rolling till way past my bedtime.
Till 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
You do have a curfew now.
Curfew.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it seems to me that you are a fan of Matt Moody. You're a fan of Central.
Big fan.
I'm not sure that Matt Moody's a fan of you.
Whoa. Okay, time out. That's where I'm calling the time out there. He's getting me a McMinn Central football shirt. My church feeds their football team before games.
He's getting you a Central shirt.
He's my best.
So are you going to bring this shirt to Bradley County with 3 schools here and wear this shirt proudly?
Yeah. I haven't worn a Cleveland shirt all year. I got to wear something.
Look, this is taken a weird twist the past couple of weeks because everyone just knows
it's the Matt Moody saga.
Former student leader at Cleveland, and then all of a sudden it just seems like a flip. And I mean, he's grabbed anybody's name that he can. Not that Matt Moody is anybody. I mean, he's definitely the coach, but you act like you guys are just best buddies for all this time.
We definitely are. We're boys. I promise. He's one of my best friend's uncles. Also, we mentioned the Braves. Ronald Acuna just hit a go-ahead homer in the 8th inning. But yeah, me and Matt Moody, we're boys.
Okay, so he's supposed to call into the show. We're waiting for him to call in.
Their game's not gone final yet. They lead by 20 though.
Nope. So we're going to hang out. We'll hang out for a few minutes. We'll give him a chance after he gets his Gatorade bath or whatever happens.
So what's the stakes if he doesn't call in?
We're not allowed to wager. Steve told me that a couple of years ago whenever I took this job.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure there, but
I won't be a Matt Moody fan anymore if he doesn't call in.
You will not wear the Central shirt? Is that what it is?
I won't wear the Central shirt. There it is.
This Central shirt that he's supposed to be getting you?
Exactly. I won't wear it.
Okay. Alrighty. Hey, look, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call. If you're coming back from the Bradley game or the Cleveland game, give us a call. 614-6499.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you because, especially Austin, he doesn't believe Matt Moody's going to call in. So,
and anyone that has any more information on this Matt Moody situation, please call. Let us know.
Yeah, Bo Baker, one of my boys from high school, Matt Moody's nephew. If you want to call in and defend me here, I'd appreciate it. I'm looking for some reinforcements.
That sounds. Bo, give us a call because I'm not sure that I believe any of this line as much as you talked about this last week. I mean, you even kind of mentioned it on the high school Thursday night show, right? And it just kind of I'm not sure.
Hey, Matt Moody Nation, speak of the devil, they just won 26-6 over Brainerd. They are 4-1 on the year, 2-0 in Region 3A play. And a fun little note, McMinn Central and Sweetwater are kind of on a collision course, which those were the 2 bottom teams in that region last year. They're on a collision course for first place. But hey, Matt Moody won 2 games last year. He's won 4 this year. In Moody we trust. I'm trademarking that.
In Moody we trust. I think you could definitely get that hashtag or paint it on a rock or, there could be some shirts come out of that. I like that.
Exactly. A lot of games, though, we talked about. Boyd Buchanan and Silverdale, that's a game of note. They're deadlocked 21-20.
This could be stalker status, too.
Oh, boy. I tried to change the subject.
This could be stalker status. You just talking about Matt Moody every week. I'm not really sure what's happening here. You're creating hashtags for him. You're following him around. You're saying that he's your best friend's uncle.
He is.
Which is kind of a weird way to address someone.
Well, okay, that's not how I addressed him. I addressed him as my boy first.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I'm offended now. Anyways, games in progress. Silverdale, Boyd Buchanan, they are deadlocked 21-20. Boyd Buchanan's up. Baylor's up on Pope John Paul right now, 35-0. We need to look for that final score. Lipscomb over Franklin Road Academy, 14-0. Oakland over Siegel, 35-0. Anderson County over South Doyle, 28-0. South Pittsburgh over Whitwell, 32-7. Hickson over East Ridge, 17-0. Red Bank over Chat Central, 20-7. Those are all games that are in play right now. Then moving on to games that have gone final. Our 3 big ones. Farragut over Cleveland in a region matchup. Cleveland falls 42-13. Smith County over Walker Valley non-region contest, 30-25. Smith County beats Walker Valley. Bradley over Hardee Valley in a region matchup, 24-17. And the rest of these games are region matchups as well. Ray County over Ottawa by 4 touchdowns. McMinn County over Howard, 36-0. McMinn Central over Brainerd. Woo! Sorry, couldn't contain my excitement. 26-6. Tyner over Polk County, 40-0.
This is just.
This is horrible. We're digressing big time. We need a caller. We need a caller. 423-614-6499.
Okay, so now you were given terms earlier saying that those of us who are in the Twitter world, you know, the only time I use Twitter is during high school football. I literally haven't touched it since last year. Not that says anything about Mixed TV. We do post stuff, but so you're in this Twitter world.
I am in the Twitter world.
Like, what exactly is the Twitter world that you're so proud of?
Okay, so I mentioned scoregami. All right. So in this house, we root for scoregami.
Some term you made up again.
No. Okay, so it's a Twitter account, scoregami. So every NFL game, it's NFL_scoregami. Okay. 315,000 followers. It's really fun. So it posts every game in the NFL and shows the chances of a scoregami happening and the most likely scoregami. And before you say anything, a scoregami is a unique score that's never happened in NFL history. So
okay, I get that.
It's a pretty cool concept. So for example,
now 25-30 is not a scoregami, right?
It may be. I mean, I'm gonna have to go deep dive past Twitter to the scoregami website. Yeah.
I mean, this is exciting right here.
So here,
exciting.
I'll read you a demonstrate of a tweet. So Thursday night game, Denver 16, Seattle 17 final. No scoregami. I shed a tear. That score has happened 77 times before.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Please.
Hey, how Tyner is?
Tyner, they beat up on Polk County. The final score is 40-0.
40-0. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. Now back to scoregami, okay? Let me find the most recent scoregami because the Twitter world goes crazy for these scoregamis. So, big deal.
I mean, I see it. I mean, I understand. I see what it is. But I don't see that many unique scores. That's what I want to know.
Okay, well, see, 25-30 is a weird score because there's the ways to get to 30 are just 4 touchdowns and a safety. Smith County got there a weird way with, I believe, 5 touchdowns and no extra points. I don't know what was happening there. They were going up by 6 every time. And then 25 is also just a random score. The missed 2-point conversion goes in there as well. So
the Baylor-Pope game is final now, 42-7.
42-7. Look at you giving a score report. You're a veteran.
Look, I give score reports all night long.
That is a good point. He's just behind the screen.
I'm just behind.
So when I'm giving my live in-game updates, it's actually you.
So Moody,
if
you're out there, give us a call, 614-6499. If you are, I know you're celebrating at this point, but hey, we're kind of hanging on to our hats here. If anybody's out there that you're coming back from one of the Bradley game or the Cleveland game, give us a call, 614-6499. We'd love to hear from you here on the Friday Night Blitz. And what other did you find a unique scoregami yet?
Okay, there's a lot of games. They post every score. I'll find one during break.
Okay, we can do that.
So we're going to run through the scores right fast. Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Smith County over Walker Valley, 30-25. Bradley over Hardee Valley, 24-17. Ray County over Ottawa, 28-0. McMinn County over Howard, 26-0. McMinn Central over Brainerd by 20 points, 26-6. Tyner over Polk County, 40-0. Baylor over Pope John Paul, as Austin reported, 42-7. Sweetwater over Kingston, 28-6. McCauley over Knox Catholic, 38-7. Chat Christian over Notre Dame, 49-14. Meigs County over Tellico Plains, 39-0. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge, 46-20. Loudon over Signal Mountain, 14-7. And Soddy Daisy over Sequoia, 19-0. Those games are all final. Games still in progress. Boyd Buchanan, I believe they are still beating Silverdale 21. Oh, they scored.
Yeah, there was just a score update. So Silverdale just scored. It's 28-21.
Oh, 28-21 Silverdale.
They had a 2-point conversion to go with that. So
with 2.5 minutes left, that is big. Silverdale's looking for a big upset here over Boyd Buchanan. Meanwhile, not many games still in progress. Anderson County up. These are different time zone games. Lipscomb Academy up by 2 touchdowns over Franklin Road Academy. Oakland up by 5 touchdowns over Siegel, led by former Cleveland coach Adam Renshaw. I mentioned Anderson County up by 4 touchdowns. South Doyle. South Pittsburgh up 32-7 over rivals Whitwell. Hickson over East Ridge 17-0. And Red Bank over Chat Central 20-7. As for us, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to find you the last scoregami, because that's what tonight's episode of Friday Night Blitz is about. It's about scoregami, but we're also going to bring you up-to-date final scores and score updates from all the games in our area right here on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
Everybody is, apparently. We will be right back.
In Chattanooga, we have always led the way forward. From our beginnings propelling the locomotive, to becoming known as the Gig City, to working with the TVA's mission of providing reliable power while preserving our region's beauty. Here at Village Volkswagen, we continue that tradition by helping the TVA electrify their fleet with the all-new VW ID4. As World Car of the Year, it only makes sense it's made in our city. Reserve yours at villagevw.com and let's lead the way like we've always done.
Wholesale Supply Group, you've heard the name for years. The experts trust them, and you should too. Whether you're building, remodeling, or just maintaining your home, Wholesale Supply Group has all the plumbing, electrical, and HVAC products you need to supply any project. With great brands like Delta, Kohler, Rinnai, Mansfield, Progress Lighting, Square D, GE, and Milwaukee, Wholesale Supply has everything you need. Check out the locations in Cleveland, Chattanooga, Athens, Dayton, Madisonville, Dalton, and Chatsworth. Online, wholesalesupply.us. And remember, Wholesale Supply is open to the public.
It's never too late to take the next big step in your life, and as a working adult, you need options. Tennessee Wesleyan's Management Excellence degree revolves around your lifestyle with 5 areas of emphasis, faculty with real-world experience, and 3 convenient locations. You've got this.
Central High School Bears on top of 101.3 The Buzz. The Cleveland High School Blue Raiders on Mix 104.1.
The Walker Valley Mustangs on Fiesta 99.1.
See the full schedule at mymix1041.com and download the free Mix 1041 app to listen and watch on your mobile device.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
I went to getcortina.com and filled out a secure consultation form. Within 24 hours, I received a full diagnosis of my skin condition and a custom Cortina prescription directly tailored for my skin. So stop trying to cover up your rosacea. Clear it up with Cortina at getcortina.com.
Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Brian Lovelace joined by Austin Chadwick. Join the conversation, 423-614-6499. We're going to run through our scores, and then we're going to come back to some scoregami because, we feel like it.
I've apparently gotten a class while we were during the break.
Over break.
I'm not really sure what just happened.
I should have charged you tuition dollars.
Look, Ryan Lovelace is way more techie than I ever imagined he would be.
It's my secret. It's my dark side.
So I'll give you the Twitter thing. I'm not sure about the scoregami. I'm still a little confused about it, but
I got you. So some games that probably aren't scoregamis, but are. Ooh, we have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Hello.
Yeah, this is Blue Raider 1.0, and I just heard the score. I've seen every game other than tonight. And other than East Ridge, how many points do you think we've scored on offense on the Blue Raider offensive side this year?
Do you want me to do the math in my head or just give you a number?
41
Wow.
points. 41 points minus East Ridge.
What is that, 4 games?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I know it's high school football and these are student athletes, but I'm a little worried heading up to Walker Valley.
Yeah, I mean that's a big
thoughts,
game.
Ryan?
I mean, it's just
41 points.
Yeah, I mean, that's 10 points a game. I mean, that's not getting it done, especially with your defense. You know, outside of Farragut, I mean, it felt like your defense is giving you a chance to win every game. So, you know, I mean, going up to Walker Valley.
And I didn't see tonight, but, I mean, I've seen every game. We've got weapons on offense. Beard and Mike and Rod, I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Cleveland's had a hard time getting the ball in their playmakers' hands this year, whether it be quick jet sweeps or screens. I mean, I feel like, I don't want to say it's overcoaching, but I mean, I think they're kind of forgetting the simple part of football is get the ball in your players' hands.
But you know, Ryan, that's what everybody does. The spread, it spreads it out. I don't know. I'm just worried going up to Walker Valley.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, Walker Valley, they've lost 2 in a row. Yeah, Aikens will score some points against Cleveland.
Aikens will get his points.
Yeah, he'll get his points. And
I'll always support the Blue, but I'm a little worried about our offense. Thank you guys for your show.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah, I mean, I think that sums up Cleveland's season in a nutshell. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed 41 points. I would have guessed somewhere 50, 60 just through 4 games. But, I mean, just going off the top of our head, maybe 2 touchdowns against Red Bank, 6 points against McMinn County, 13 tonight, and then what game am I forgetting? Bradley, a few points. So, yeah, it's been a struggle for Cleveland's offense this year.
It has. I mean, their defense has been there, but, yeah, their offense is. And he was talking about it earlier on the football show that he does with Terry. And so, you know, it's one of those things they're going to have to pick up. Next week's going to be a big matchup for that against Walker Valley. So, but they're going to Walker Valley.
Yeah, I mean, last rivalry game in county we got, and it's a big one. I mean, 3-3 is a lot different than 2-4 if you just look record-wise. I mean, I know the game doesn't matter in region play, but both these teams need this win next week bad. Walker Valley, we mentioned they're coming in off of 2 straight losses. They lost tonight at home against Smith County 30-25. They lost to Carter 14-3 last week. So back-to-back home games, Walker Valley's dropped. Meanwhile, Cleveland, they've lost outside of, I mean, they beat East Ridge last week, which, I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't count, but, I mean, beating East Ridge is not something you sort of put on your resume at the end of the season. And they're coming off a tough loss at Farragut. And then, I mean, Cleveland's schedule looking ahead isn't the easiest. So, yeah, it's like Caller said. I mean, you got to put points on the board.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule looking forward. I think you're going to pull it up there,
Yeah.
but you know, it's definitely something that's been a struggle so far, and they're just going to have to get it together.
So if you look ahead for Cleveland, they don't have a bye week for a while. They play Walker Valley next week, and then they host Maryville.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you lose to Walker Valley, you're looking at 2-4 going into Maryville, a game you're not supposed to win. And then that turns into 2-5 going into your bye week, where you host Bearden. Bearden's 3-2 on the year. They beat Hardee Valley. They beat Oak Ridge, which is a pretty quality win. Farragut beat Oak Ridge 24-0. They beat South Doyle, and they lost to Maryville by only 21 points. So I mean, I'm just being real here. I mean, you're looking at a possible 2-6 start, and then you host Giles County, who's 4-1 this year and beat you guys last year. I mean, if we're going nuclear mode, I mean, that's a 2-7 Cleveland team going into their last game against Hardee Valley, so, I mean, 3-7, if we're being realistic about Cleveland right now, if nothing changes. So, I mean, something has to change, whether it be just what you're doing play calling wise, but I mean, you heard it there. You just got to get the ball to your weapons.
I mean, it's a tough schedule, but you know, if they go up to Walker Valley next week and they do win that game, then that'll put a little bit of confidence.
Changes everything.
Got to give them a little bit of confidence. I know Maryville, you know, that's the tough opponent, but it gives them a little bit of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, that Walker Valley game changes everything. I mean, you go 3-3 into Maryville, you come out 3-4, a little more momentum. I mean, optimistically, you beat Bearden, you're 4-4. Say you lose to Giles County, 4-5. You beat Hardee Valley, 5-5, maybe 6-4. So I mean, if you beat Walker Valley, it opens the door to 5-5, 6-4. But without that win next week, I mean, you're looking 3-7, 4-6, and which is just a really disappointing season for Cleveland, just off the talent they have.
And so, speaking of all this, actually Bradley has their bye week next week, and so we'll have Cleveland at Walker Valley. We're going to be carrying that game on both stations, on both radio stations. So we'll have it on Mix 104.1, and we'll have it on Sports 99.1. Plus, we'll be doing the MixTV.tv, where Stephen Shelton, Josh Rogers, Steve Hartline can make fun of
Bully
Brian
me
Lovelace again
until I finally get to leave for Friday Night Blitz, where only a few callers each week bully me.
You know, Lovelace really looks forward to Friday Night Blitz during these mixed TV games.
It gets me away.
Not that he doesn't any other time, but it's his freedom to leave during the third quarter.
Yeah. Talking about Bradley off, next week they beat Hardee Valley 24-17, and since we're playing the schedule game, if you look ahead, Bradley off a bye week, they'll go to at Bearden. And, I mean, Bradley can beat Bearden. I think Bradley's plenty capable. And then they host Ottawa, which, again, should be another win for Bradley, which has them going 7-0 into the tough part of their schedule where they host Farragut. You know, Farragut's given Bradley troubles. Farragut beat Bradley in the playoffs last year in the second round. And they travel to Ray County. Ray County's having a down year, but you're going up there. And then you host Marable. So, you know, if Bradley can go into this stretch with 7 wins, and at worst case you finish 7-3 and second in the region, I mean,
Damon Floyd and all of them, I mean, they're looking at another good season like they had last year, and really kind of getting in that playoff. So it's looking good over there. Whatever he's doing, it's working right now.
Oh, I mean, it's worked for Floyd forever. And, you know, some of the games haven't been pretty. You've heard all about it on Friday Night Blitz if you've listened at all this year. You know, Bradley didn't look pretty against Cleveland or Walker Valley, but they looked really good against McMinn. And, you know, I'm wondering how they look this week. So if anybody was at that game and wants to shoot us a call, 423-614-6499.
So and I'm not really sure what the score is here, but it says Silverdale gets the stop with 0.1 seconds left.
So
so we are. It looks like it's going right down to the line here.
Yeah. So based off that, it looks like Silverdale may come out on top. A huge upset win for Mike Connor and the Silverdale Baptist Academy Seahawks over Boyd Buchanan. That final score, barring a miracle, it looks like it will be. Where is it here?
28-21.
28-21. There it is. But yeah, now since we've gone through Bradley and Cleveland schedules, we might as well head back to Walker Valley. Walker Valley, they have a tough schedule to end the year. So, they host Cleveland, and they travel to Ray County. We'll come back to that because it looks like we have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Andy.
Howdy, how are you doing?
Is this Andy?
No.
Hey, it's Jimmy Meeks.
Andy's off tonight.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought Andy was there. Yeah, I'm just calling in about the Bradley game.
Yeah.
It was sluggish.
It was sluggish. Tell us what you thought.
Actually,
Tell us how you think they played.
On offense. Well, that's what I'm saying. On offense, we were very sluggish. We couldn't get nothing rolling until the second half, and then we ran the ball down their throats. But they played a good game. I mean, they were 0-3, but we only beat them by 7.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last year that game was close too, but at the end of the day, I mean, hey, Bradley's undefeated halfway through the year. I mean, you got to be happy about that.
Oh yeah, an ugly win, still a win. That's for sure.
Yeah, how did Ballard look at quarterback in his second week?
He struggled a little bit. But he did throw a beautiful, probably a 60 or 70 yarder to Marcus Gorey.
Yeah.
On a go route, he hit him in dead stride.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he brought the energy last week against McMinn County, and they rode it tonight against Hardee Valley in a game that was closer than what we thought, but they came out with the win.
Yeah. They come out with a very good game plan. They played hard, and it's hard to play in Knoxville,
Yep.
All calls is going to go one way just about. So, I mean, they battled, and it's a good learning experience for them. So, I'm just glad to come out there with a win.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you calling in.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you have a good night. So, I mean, there you hear it. I mean, hey, Bradley looks sluggish. I know Hardee Valley scored late to make the game look a little closer than it was, but hey, I mean, Bradley's 5-0. You can't complain that much when you're undefeated halfway through the year.
They are, and they opened up their first 4 games this season at home, and so this is their first game on the road. And for them to bring back a win, that's still big.
Yeah, I mean, we just went through Bradley's schedule. They got a lot of road games left.
Yeah.
But, hey, he said it. It's always hard going up to Knoxville. So anytime you come back with a win, I mean, it's high school football. Hey, you picked up a big win. You're 5-0. And Bradley's just continuing the success we've seen in recent years. But meanwhile, going back to Walker Valley's schedule, they got a tough one to end the year. They host Cleveland, again, a game that can go either way. They travel to Ray County. Ray County's a really tough place to play. They travel to McMinn County, another tough place to play. And then they host Upperman. Upperman this year, they're 3-2. Wins over Cookeville, Trousdale County, Cumberland County. They've lost back-to-back games, so, I haven't really done much research on the Upperman Bees, but
that game could go either way. If they can straighten out what they're doing on offense, I think that you could see a good end of the season here for Walker Valley.
Yeah, and then they host Howard to end the year, which Howard has not won a game this year or last year.
Yeah.
So those are the scores for our teams. The upcoming schedules for our local teams. Meanwhile, the finals to report tonight. Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Smith County over Walker Valley, 30-25. Bradley over Hardin Valley, 24-17. Ray County over Ottawa, 28-0. McMinn County over Howard, 36-0. McMinn Central over Brainerd, 26-6. Silverdale over Boyd Buchanan, 28-21. Tyner over Polk County, 40-0. Baylor over Pope John Paul II, 42-7. Sweetwater over Kingston, 28-6. McCauley over Knox Catholic, 38-7. Chat Christian over Notre Dame, 49-14. Meigs County over Tellico Plains, 49-0. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge, 46-20. Apologies. Signal Mountain over falls to Loudon, 14-7. Saudi Daisy beats Sequoia, 19-0. Red Bank, they're playing against Chat Central, and that game's 20-7. I haven't got a score report on that one. Hickson and East Ridge. We'll see if that game's gone final. Just over here on our handy-dandy Coach T. 17-14, Hickson over East Ridge. East Ridge storms back to score 2 late touchdowns to make that one close. East Ridge almost got out a win there, but they fall to Hickson 17-14. And then South Pittsburgh beats their rivals Whitwell 40-7. We have a few out of Eastern time games going on. Lipscomb Academy up by 2 touchdowns over Franklin Road Academy. Oakland up by 5 on Siegel. But that's pretty much all the finals we have for you right now.
So here's the deal. Okay, so it's 10:30. Men's been finished for about 15 minutes now.
McMinn Central.
Central has been finished for about 15 minutes now. We're waiting for Matt Moody to call in because Lovelace says that Matt Moody's going to call in because they're BFFs, as he says.
I didn't say BFF. I said boys.
Oh, he says they're boys, whatever that is. He's over here making hashtags for Moody. I mean, he's ready to paint the rock, whatever it is. I mean, he is just a full-on fan of Moody here. And so I challenged, I said, look, you may be a full-on fan of Moody, but Moody's not a full-on fan of you. And so we're going to see. We've got just a few minutes left. We're going to see if he actually calls in.
Yep.
And see if you can actually get this shirt that you keep talking about.
I'm working on it.
And if anybody's missed it, I mean, I'm not really sure what's happened, but in the past couple of weeks, that's all Ryan has talked about.
I have always been a Central fan.
You have talked about Central nonstop
every
for 2
week
weeks around
They won
here.
2 games.
And it's like out of nowhere. You were the Cleveland student body president last year. What happened?
Man, you know what? What happened was, I don't know. That's my boy.
I'm picking on you pretty hard. That's okay. So we're just waiting. We're hoping that Matt Moody. But while we wait, okay. So going back to what I was talking about earlier, this Twitterverse thing that you have.
Oh yes.
This scoregami that you were trying to explain to me. Now don't bore the viewers.
I won't. I mean, I interested you, which isn't hard.
You did, but that usually bores the viewers. So
fair enough. So 30-25. I said it was a rare score. It's only happened twice in NFL history.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, if you want to join the conversation and get us back on topic about high school football, you can call in 423-614-6499. We'd love to hear. Somebody from the Walker Valley game would actually be interesting.
That would be good.
But any game we will take, and we'd love to talk to you. But, okay, so scoregami, all right? I mentioned it's a unique score that has never happened before. So, for example, 25 to 30 has happened twice in NFL history, transitioned to NFL here. So the most recent scoregami, Dallas over Philadelphia, 51 to 26, the 1,072nd unique score in NFL history.
So there's 1,000 of these scoregami unique scores?
1,072 now, yes.
Wow, very nice.
Now,
well, and I see 51. 51 is definitely a unique score to achieve.
51 is a weird score.
It is. And so, but I'm impressed with the 25-30 thing.
So what do you think is the most common scored game in NFL history?
The most common score?
The most commonly scored game.
Probably 27-24.
That is the second most common.
Oh, I got pretty close.
That has happened 225 times in NFL history.
Then I'm not really sure.
20 to 17.
20 to 17?
Has happened 274 times.
Wow. That's
So,
impressive.
you know.
Okay, so now I'm a little impressed here.
Ryan Felton just texted me and said 14 to 7. So we know we at least have one listener. But 14 to 7, let's see if I can find it here. Ooh, Felton, it's not looking good for you. That is the 29th most common score in NFL history. It's happened 89 times, believe it or not.
So now who takes care of this scoregami thing? Like where does this come from?
Well, it's a Twitter account, okay? It's also a page on, Pro Football Reference, but Twitter gives you live updates.
Yeah.
It is built by somebody named Dave Mattingly. No idea who it is.
No, well, whatever.
Ryan Felton just texted me and said Andy Jenkins looks different tonight. How do you
Andy
respond to that one?
Andy, he decided he couldn't join us tonight. Apparently they're doing a dance over at Lake Forest Middle School, so hopefully he is doing his duties and doing his job for the night. But, I kind of felt bad for Ryan. He was in here, he was struggling, so I figured I'd hop in and help him out a little bit.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
So you know what? Here's the deal, all right? We're going to take a quick break, okay?
Okay.
Last break of the show.
Okay.
We're going to come back.
So that means Matt Moody.
String out this last segment as much as possible.
You have about 7 minutes to call in. That's exactly what that means.
I'm on the clock.
7 minutes to call in, and because Ryan really wants his Central shirt.
I'm getting the Central. I'm getting the Central shirt.
Okay, we'll see.
Y'all just don't believe it. But we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna run through the scoreboard one time, few times, 5 times maybe, till Moody calls in or Austin, smacks me to stop talking. But we're gonna take a quick break. You're watching the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We will be right back.
Cumberland Bail Bonding. Speed up the bail bonding process. Fast and confident service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Call Amy Thomas at Cumberland Bail Bonding, 423-641-6246.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of the relationship that I've developed with my care team.
They take me directly back and start evaluating my needs.
I choose Direct Primary Care Associates because of its flexibility, and so should you.
DPCA. Practice made perfect.
Have those fries you've been craving. I'm hot, and I'm steamy, and oh man, do I smell delicious. I'm calling your name. Oh, Doug. Doug. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow. So get Allstate.
Call or visit the George Gray Allstate Insurance Office on Keith Street, 479-5431.
This is John Davis, the trade-in man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway, with great news. Interest rates are super low, and your old car is worth more than ever. So if you're wondering if you should be buying a new Kia, it's a no-brainer. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got $500 down and you make $2,000 a month, I'll do my best to get you approved. Come see me, John Davis, at Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, where car buying is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
KiaofCleveland.com.
We're here at Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland.
We are here with great service. We're here. We're here.
We're here.
We're here with great deals. We're here for you.
So come get huge Nissan savings when you shop Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland and Cleveland-Nissan today. Home of the exclusive lifetime warranty.
At Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory, The tradition was founded by Ralph and Stella Buckner and continued by Ralph Buckner Jr. and his wife, Shari Buckner. Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory is a tradition of service. Ralph Buckner Funeral Home and Crematory, caring for Cleveland families whenever they need them. Visit ralphbuckner.com.
See, now Steve started out
back
this
to the
morning
Hardee's.
show.
Whoa.
Steve started the morning show.
Whoa. What is
playing,
this?
Playing Conway Twitty this morning.
Time out. Hold on. Welcome back to the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. Ryan Lovelace here with Austin Chadwick. Goodness, stealing my thunder. Here we go. Okay, you can go now.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize the intro was so important.
It's a big deal.
But no, I was saying that is it National Country Music Day or something? Because Steve was playing Conway Twitty at like 7:05 this morning.
Okay, I have your holidays today. It is National Collect Rocks Day. National Guac. That's what Steve does in his free time, actually.
Collect rocks, yes.
National Guacamole Day. Barber Day. Oh, July 4th is Country Music Day?
Well, then I don't know. He was playing country music this morning
wait a minute.
for whatever reason.
Country Music Day on Independence Day? Oh, boy. It's also National Choose Your Chocolate Day.
Choose your chocolate?
Choose your chocolate.
When's National Scoregami Day? That's what I want to know.
That's got to be a thing.
You know, in case anybody's wondering, we're stretching just a little bit to give Moody a little bit more time to call
this
in.
Is natural dialogue.
I want Ryan to have the benefit of the doubt, because if this doesn't happen, you're going to hear about it all next week.
Oh my goodness, there's a
promise
Scoregami website. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to what we're actually supposed to be doing here. Running through our final scores. Farragut over Cleveland, 42-13. Smith County over Walker Valley, the game that led us to this Scoregami rabbit hole. Smith County on Walker Valley, 30-25. Bradley over Hardin Valley, 24-17. Uh-oh. We have a Greg Phillips sighting in the studio.
We do have Greg. Look, Greg, you're more than welcome to hop in here.
Greg, the legacy of the show tonight has just dropped with how many rabbit holes he's taken me down.
I felt bad for him. Okay, I felt bad. I had pity on him. Greg Phillips, the famous Greg Phillips, is here in the studio with us.
Infamous.
He has returned from the Cleveland game.
Yikes!
A rough little Cleveland game, but I listened to most of it tonight. So, but nonetheless, we'll get you a mic here in just a second.
Who you got trapped? Or are you taking my mic or your mic?
I'll take another mic, I guess.
Well, we got Greg Phillips here. Surprise! I don't know if this is what you wanted to do or not, but
I'll talk for a minute. I need to thank the state trooper that didn't pull me over for going 93.
93
a little while ago.
93. Goodness gracious! It was a state trooper too that didn't pull you over.
Shh, we're not going to talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. Did you slip him 100 or something?
Now with Terry in the vehicle, we know that there will be no speeding going on.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I don't know. I can see Terry speeding. He seems like a speed demon to me.
No doubt. So what? Has anybody said anything about the Walker Valley game? That was a big surprise to me.
Yeah, we're still waiting on anything from the Walker Valley game. I mean, it was a back and forth game, and then Walker Valley kind of flinched first. They threw an interception when they were going down to take the lead in the fourth quarter, and then they fell behind 2 scores and they couldn't make up that gap.
Right, yeah, that one kind of surprised me a little bit, and then Bradley playing that close to Hardin Valley as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard Bradley's. From what we've heard tonight, it looks like Hardin Valley just came out and played really well.
Yeah, and I've talked to a couple of people, and they were talking about that Bradley didn't play well tonight again. So Bradley's kind of been Jekyll and Hyde this year. It's like last week they came out and put up 42 against a pretty decent McMinn team, and then tonight against Hardin Valley, who hasn't won a game yet, they come out and score 24, but give up 17 to a team that typically doesn't score much.
Yeah, but I mean, believe it or not, Jekyll and Hyde's undefeated through the halfway point. So
at 5-0, you can be Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, I mean, it's working so far, and I mean, we went over their schedule a little bit earlier, but I mean, it's looking like a 7-0 start for them.
Yeah, most definitely. They, again, they've got Maryville marked.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you tonight though, the Cleveland game, Farragut's a good football team.
Yeah.
So they are one of the. I think I don't know if I said it on the air or not, but they remind me a lot of Maryville because they're a senior laden team. I mean, all of their skill players are seniors pretty much.
Yeah.
Their quarterback Luke Johnson moved in this year from Florida, but he's a senior, and they ran precision routes. They blocked. They tackled. They just did things like the long touchdown that Cleveland had, the 38-yard touchdown, was a tip ball.
Yeah.
So literally, if the kid hadn't have tipped it, then it would have been an incompletion because it would have hit at Zimborski's feet. But Farragut is a really good football team, and that's going to be I don't know if Bradley plays them at home or on the road, but that's going to be a phenomenal. I think that's going to be a really good game.
All right. In honor of Greg Phillips being back, it looks like we have a caller. Caller, you're on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz.
Phenomenal. I think.
Hello? Yeah, we got you.
Hey, this is Jacob Mason with the Walker Valley broadcast. I was calling to kind of give you an update of what happened there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so they were probably the biggest high school football team I've ever seen. Left tackle, 6'9", 350 pounds. Left guard, 6'3", 350 pounds. Running back was 230. Quarterback was 235. Tight end was 250. They were quite literally the biggest high school football team I think I've ever seen. And they just kind of wore down on Walker Valley. Walker Valley played a pretty good defensive game, but it just kind of in the long run it ended up, they weathered the storm and were able to kind of punch it out.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the score back here at the station, it kind of looked like, who would flinch first in the fourth quarter, and then Swartzel threw that interception, and then they went up by 2 scores. I mean, would you say it was kind of one of those back-and-forth games?
Yeah, absolutely. Swartzel got hit on that throw, and it kind of just became a jump ball, and Smith came down with it. So he was scrolling out. Probably should have thrown it away a little quicker, but he ended up getting hit, and it ended up in the other team's hands. So, again, then drove down with a few seconds left, scored, but the onside just came up a little short.
Yeah. After last week, after last week against Carter, I mean, you think you guys look better coming into this game against Smith County?
Yeah, absolutely. The offensive side started clicking tonight, which again, you put up 3 points against Carter. There was really no offensive identity, and Coach talked about in practice this week. They kind of feel like they figured out who they are offensively, and we know who they are defensively. Without those 2 turnovers inside your own 20 and your own 30, you really made Smith make a couple big drives. Eli Denton with 20 tackles tonight, and then you've got he leads the nation in tackles. The nation, guys, the entire country. Go look it up on Max Prep. So that's pretty cool. But then you got Tucker Oimby, who had 3 touchdowns tonight. So they definitely look better. Smith just kind of wore them down in the fourth quarter and had a great misdirection play where the quarterback took off and ran it in. So it was a great game. It was fun to call. Smith County was fun last year with 3 overtimes, and this one didn't at this point either.
So Jacob, this is Greg Phillips. How's it going? So that loss tonight sets up, it kind of sets up next weekend with Cleveland and Walker Valley. What are you thinking about that football game? How do you think that's going to go?
I think it's going to be fun, man. I know just looking at what Cleveland's got, it seems like they play really good defense. Held McMinn County to 6 points. Correct? Am I correct on that?
Yeah, 3 points.
3 points. So obviously, I think we're kind of similar. I'm not really sure what Cleveland's got offensively, but it seems like 2 defenses that kind of know what they're doing, and 2 offenses that are trying to find their way. So I think we're set up for a pretty fun game in the MAC next week.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's so Cleveland gave up 42 to Farragut tonight, but Farragut's a pretty good football team, and one interesting stat on Cleveland is in the last 2 games they've given up six touchdowns over 50 yards, and if you count 40 or better yards, they've given up 8 touchdowns of over 40 yards in the last 2 games.
Wow. So kind of over top, has it been mainly like secondary stuff?
Yeah, they just haven't been able to cover in the secondary and just let guys, like the first play of the game tonight. The Farragut kid Ocker went 71 yards down the seam for a touchdown.
Wow. Well, that'll be fun. Walker Valley, I feel like this week kind of found some things offensively. I want to brag on Tucker Oimby. He was hurt all week. Didn't practice Wednesday, didn't practice Thursday, and played through a lot of pain tonight and had 7 receptions, 3 touchdowns, and 91 yards. So, again, that was an impressive football team that we played. That was an offensive line that was as big as most college offensive lines. And then they had guys like, in their backfield, it was 230, 230, and 250. So, they're just some big old boys.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to, see the game next week. And for anybody out there, you can listen to Jacob and Andy, 99.1. They're going to be on Fiesta?
Yep, Sports 99.1.
Yep, Sports 99.1. Andy, Jacob, we really appreciate you calling in. We appreciate the good work you do covering Walker Valley football as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody back at the station. I got the doors off on the Jeep, so I'm going to have to go. It's going to get pretty loud here in a second. So I'll see you guys later.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Well,
So I've got to go as well, but I do want to say one thing.
Oh, no.
I did Friday Night Blitz for either 18 or 19 years, and I never had a graphic with fire in it.
You did last year, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, we had this last year.
I'm not sure I believe you.
But now
Andy Jenkins brings the fire.
I'm not sure that you knew that it was even televised last year.
That may be true.
There were several awkward shots that took place, and I was like, did they even know they're on camera? No, we're happy to carry it on mixedtv.tv. It's a nice little graphic. It looks cool. It's got the fire on top of it. I'll give you that. It's very sportsy.
Well, I have a face for radio, not for TV.
Amen.
I'm telling you.
So, in case you haven't caught the drama, Matt Moody is supposed to be calling in.
He's calling in.
According to Lovelace,
we're boys.
Him and Lovelace are boys.
We are boys.
Like this.
Don't listen to him.
They're supposed
He's
to be
instigating.
really close.
We are.
And so the whole build-up for tonight, he didn't call in last week. He's supposed to be calling in this week.
No service up in it.
And they're supposed to be getting
There's not much service up there.
Exactly.
He's supposed to be getting a free T-shirt or something. I'm not really sure what's happening at this point.
Ryan's giving Matt a free T-shirt, or Matt's giving Ryan a free T-shirt?
I'm a McMinn Central fan at heart here. I got ties to Etowah. My church feeds their football team.
And that's the problem is he's a Matt Moody and Central fan. But
I'm a Matt Moody fan too.
We all are.
Is not a fan of Ryan.
He is
I would agree.
He's called.
Does he even know who you are?
Yes, I text him. He's called in once or twice this year. Yes,
you can tell me.
I'm serious.
I'm serious,
guys. He's gonna prove all you wrong. Hopefully, in the next soon.
Your time in this show's about up.
So this show's already been going on an hour, and he hadn't called.
Well, okay. It's okay. Listen, it's region. Hold on. It is Region 2 6A's fault for starting their games at 7 p.m. Okay.
So that means he should have been like finished and off the air and done. No. The call.
That means they started 30 minutes later than us.
So Walker Valley's done, and they started at 7:30. Walker Valley's been done for 30 minutes.
Okay, Greg, go back home.
My point.
Go get a speeding ticket or something.
It is whatever.
You better text Matt again.
I'm working on it.
Well, fellas, all joking aside, you got Ryan. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate
it. Austin, so happy you got to sit in today. So I just wanted to stop by and say hi to everybody. This is a show that's obviously near and dear to me. It did it for, I can't remember if it's 18 or 19 years, however long it was. It's been a long time, a lot of years.
I was going through some notes last week and passing some notes off to Ryan. I was like, okay, here's some things that Greg Phillips did whenever we got about to half season, looking at some of the bigger, the bigger teams around the area, looking, we're about halfway through the season and we're looking towards the playoffs, and so start covering some teams that are a little bit further outside. So you guys did an excellent job. We this show's evolved so many times over the years, but you guys did a great job. And so now you are traveling with the great one, Terry Evans,
carrying the goat around is what I like to say. My car is just carrying the goat around. I think that's why I didn't get the ticket. I think they knew Terry was in the car with me.
That's probably what it is. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Again, happy to stop by. Again, you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. See y'all later.
We appreciate it. Don't get any speeding tickets on the way home.
Going slow on the way home. I can go find me some food. See y'all.
See ya. Just great week of high school football.
So do you want to run over the scores one more time? And
Real
Matt
slow.
Moody his last chance to call into the show.
Buzzer beater season is what is about to happen. Notice how Greg Phillips brought in a caller with him. I don't understand how he does it.
No,
they just know Greg. It's like bugs attracted to like a zapper. Uh-oh.
No way.
Caller, you on with the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz?
Yeah, hey Ryan, Matt Moody.
What's up, Coach? I just want you to know, they didn't believe me when I said you were going to call.
Oh yeah. Look, I know you texted me a couple weeks in a row. I've messed up in service up here, but we're good in Chattanooga now, so I can call you.
No, you're good. How are things with the 4-1 McMinn Central Chargers tonight?
Oh, I tell you, man, this was a big one for us. I'm super proud of our guys. I've bragged on them in a couple of other interviews just about the approach that they're taking right now every day in practice. And, it's just great to see those guys grow close together and out there playing for one another. So, I told them tonight I was really speechless tonight after the game. I'm just extremely proud of every one of them. So happy with, these last couple of weeks, but we're only halfway done. And, we'll see kind of how this back half of the schedule plays out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been great to watch you guys. I mean, obviously 2-8 last year. You lost your opener this year, and then you've rattled off 4 straight. Signal Mountain, Polk County, Brainerd. I'm forgetting a school in there somewhere. I think Tellico, there it is.
Tellico, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you talked about sort of how you had the senior leadership coming in, but I mean, what do you think's just been the biggest key to your turnaround?
I absolutely believe it's that group of seniors. And, I feel like I talk about this all the time. It's just like a broken record. But, as soon as our season was over last year, we didn't make the playoffs. We gave them 2 weeks off after the season. And since the 3rd week of November, we've been hitting the weight room hard. And those seniors have really done a good job. That's a close group anyways that have played together since they were little. And they're just doing a really, really good job of leading the team and showing these younger guys how seniors are supposed to lead. And the great thing is, over the last 2 weeks, we fell behind early, and it's just great to see those guys. They don't get rattled. They stay calm. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now and belief in themselves. And, we're just going to keep riding that group. It's a great group.
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys are celebrating this win over Brainerd. You beat them by 20 points. But, just peeking ahead a little bit, I mean, what are you looking at for Megs next week?
Well, look, it doesn't get any easier. And, Megs is a really, really good football team. They've played some tough teams. They've had some close wins. But, the thing about Coach Fitzgerald, he's been there a long time, and he's had a lot of success. And, his guys, you hear it sometimes about teams that just know how to win. They've been down a couple of different games and, battled back, and they're one of those teams because they play with a lot of confidence too. Very well coached and prepared, and they just believe that they're going to win every game. We know what we're in for, a tough physical game, and, I hope that our guys come to practice like they have been, focused in and ready to play, in another game where we're going to have to kind of grind it out.
Yeah. I mean, hey, 4-1 start. I mean, I'm rooting for you personally. Next week the game against Megs. My fill-in co-host that we picked up off the street has something he wants to say.
So, Matt Moody, okay, so
oh, yeah.
Ryan has been talking about this for a couple of weeks about you calling in, and I kind of thought it was just his imagination, really. He's been talking about how he's such a Central fan at this point and how he's a Matt Moody fan. So I want to ask you this question. Would you consider yourself a Ryan Lovelace fan?
There's absolutely no doubt in this world I'm a Ryan Lovelace fan. Listen, Ryan was the guy that gave me my very first live interview, with a camera and all. So that's something I promise y'all never forget.
Hey, well, that's pretty good. Okay. So I gotta give Ryan some credit.
I was Ryan's buddy tonight, Bo Baker, my cousin. They went to school together at Cleveland. He was at the game tonight, so I made sure to tell Bo, Ryan, me and Ryan are a lot closer, I think, now than they ever were. So.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't believe me. I appreciate you not switching up on me either on air.
You're basically validating everything you said.
Absolutely not.
Well,
absolutely, yeah.
We really appreciate you taking the time to call in. I'm still waiting on that McMinn Central football shirt, but
Well, listen, I tell you what, before we play Megs, you'll have one.
Oh, I got you. All right, well, Coach, you have a great night. Congrats on the big win. I'm rooting for you next
guys,
week.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Ryan.
Bang! Eat your words. Where's Greg Phillips? Call him up. Maybe we needed Greg Phillips to leave the studio for the call to come in.
Greg's back here listening to pizza, or eating pizza and listening to us. So,
well, what a way to end the show. What a way.
Okay,
Gosh.
so Ryan, I will give you credit. Matt Moody did call in. I agree with that.
Oh, there's a but.
He did say that he was a Ryan Lovelace fan.
No doubt a Ryan Lovelace fan.
So there's just a shirt coming.
Yep.
And maybe you'll get some hashtags started or whatever that is.
Hashtag.
So you know what? It's a good victory for you now.
Well, now that my week is complete, with that call right there, we're going to run through the scores one last time, and we are going to get off the radio waves. So locally, Farragut, they beat Cleveland 42-13. Smith County beats Walker Valley 30-25. Bradley over Hardin Valley 24-17. Ray County over Ottawa 28-0. McMinn County over Howard 36-0. McMinn Central over Brainerd 26-6. Woo! Sorry. Silverdale over Boyd Buchanan. Big upset there, 28-21. Tyner over Polk County, 40-0. Baylor over Pope John Paul II, 42-7. Sweetwater over Kingston, 28-6. McCauley over Knox Catholic, 38-7. Chat Christian over Notre Dame, 49-14. Meigs County over Tellico Plains, 39-0. Lipscomb Academy over Franklin Road Academy, 41-12. Oakland over Siegel, 42-0. Maryville over Bearden, 28-7. Alcoa over Pigeon Forge 46-20. Anderson County over South Doyle 35-7. South Pittsburgh over Whitwell 40-7. Hickson over East Ridge 17-14. Loudon over Signal Mountain 14-7. Red Bank over Chat Central 33-7. And Saudi over Sequoia 19-0. Just running through our three local games again. Farragut big over Cleveland. Cleveland's offense struggled. Farragut wins 42-13. Back and forth game up in the MAC, as they call it. Walker Valley falls to Smith County 30-25. Those two teams are on a collision course. Next week, you can listen to it triple coverage. Cleveland broadcast on Mix 104.1, Walker Valley broadcast on 99.1 The Fiesta, or you can listen to Steve Shelton, Josh Rogers, and Steve Hartline bully me on the sidelines and watch the game on mixtv.tv. And then
you consider that bullying?
I don't know. It may be worse.
It's not. It's not. I mean, you make a great sideline reporter, okay?
I appreciate it.
That apparently has connections with Matt Moody.
Confirmed. And then Bradley off next week. They got a big win over Hardin Valley, 24-17. They are undefeated on the year. Austin, any last words?
No. I'm done.
He's done. Well, I really appreciate you filling in from all of us here at the station. Austin, who before the show's back there putting in the work, getting the scoreboard scores up, texting score updates to everybody. Keely on the board, all the board ops that help everything go smoothly. From all of us here, we want to wish you a good night, everybody. You have been watching the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We will see you next week.